I am Shelly, and I come from this big island in the east of Africa, near La Réunion and Mauritius, named Madagascar. Known for its marvelous beaches and its stunning landscape, the country is considered as one of the most spectacular destinations on Earth. But behind this picture-perfect postcard lies multidimensional poverty and an invisible dictatorship where more than 80% of the population live with less than $2 a day, where dissidents are severely repressed, corruption rife, and elections are rigged. Yet, it wasn't always like that. Throughout my childhood, Madagascar was believed to be one of the most promising countries in Africa. With corruption declining and life conditions improving, Malagasy people really believed in a better future for our country. That hope shone in the eyes of my parents, my teachers, and everyone around me whenever they spoke about the future. When I was 10 years old, that hope shattered into a million pieces. This man, at that time mayor of the capital, orchestrated a bloody military coup, plunging the country into an unconstitutional state for 4 years. The hope I once saw in the eyes of Malagasy people turned into fear and despair, constant worry that the future we once believed in might never happen. That day, I made a promise to myself that I would do everything I could to restore that hope. The opportunity to honor this promise didn't happen until 9 years later, when the same man who destroyed our country ran again for president. At that time, I felt an urgent need to act to prevent an era of chaos in Madagascar. Unlike when I was 10 years old, that time I could vote. I remember it like it was yesterday. I woke up really early in the morning, and I published on my Facebook page that how my name finally landed on the voters list after weeks of not finding it on the official website. I really believed that I could be part of the history and not just witness it, but that was very naive of me. Amid electoral frauds and corruption and voter list manipulation, millions of votes were stolen to reinstate the same man who destroyed our country 9 years before that. I really felt that day that everything was lost. And we didn't know it back then, that a few years later, we would never be able to express ourselves freely again. Feeling powerless, I wanted to join something bigger than myself. And the actions of TI Madagascar sparked in me the same hope I felt when I was 10 years old. I knew right away that I wanted to join their actions in fighting corruption and restoring democracy. Today, this democracy is in great danger. For the past 7 years, since Radziwill's return to power, public civic space in Madagascar has been shrinking. From speaking up on social media to protesting on the street, all forms of dissent are met with intimidation or arrest. With closer ties with autocratic government like China, Russia, and Turkey, the government in Madagascar has inflicted similar repressions in Madagascar as in these same countries. Several whistleblowers have already fallen victim to this repression, including the former executive director of Transparency International Madagascar, Andriamihaja, for simply reporting cases of corruption in the literature trade in the country. But she's not the only one. Hundreds of people across the country have been criminalized, arrested, and intimidated simply for speaking up and fighting for the life that they really deserve. But this is not just about Madagascar. This is about addressing the early signs of dictatorship to prevent a backslider democracy into becoming a dictatorship. Because it never happens overnight, it is important today more than ever to support the actions of civil societies like TI Madagascar. Do not let Madagascar become the next Venezuela. Help us make our country free again. Free from corruption, free from repression, and free from poverty. Thank you.